Hey, it's nice to have you back here in this new video. Today, let's continue our topic on this QooCam 3 Ultra. From its pre-order, the initial launch, the Kendall engineers keep updating its firmware to finalize this product to the best of the stage. And in this video, I'd like to share with you two major upgrades for the QooCam 3 Ultra that definitely deliver two brand new killer features for this camera. Let's try to be simple. So one of the killer features that the QooCam 3 app now support external hard drive or external micro SD card reader, that you have a third-party card reader insert the SD card. Now you are good to go. You are able to edit on the go. AKA, you now have a free quick reader just like the Insta360. For Insta360, you have to purchase a stand-alone module to enjoy this feature. But for Kendall QooCam, this app now is free of charge. It also works on the QooCam 3 and the QooCam 8K or the QooCam first generation as well. This is a major breakthrough. It's cost effective and definitely make this camera a lot easier to use and edit on the go. These features transform your mobile platform as a powerful mobile editing pipeline workflow in your palm. The second key feature is about Auto Explorer bracket. Because from its initial launch, I've been complaining about AEB shooting style from the very beginning, even on that time of the QooCam 3. A years ago, I've been complained about this feature. And I also complained this feature on the Insta360 when I has a 1-inch 360 Leica mode. I'm so glad that the Kendall engineer just received my proposal or accept my proposition and make some update or even redesign the Auto Explorer bracket from the ground up, from the infrastructure to the interface, and they'll unlock every possible settings for the Auto Explorer bracket. And now you can manipulate every settings individually. I'm including the bracket numbers up to 7. I wish you could add 9, but actually it's now support up to 7, and Explorer value support up to 2.0 EV. And with 7 Explorer 2.0 EV space, you're able to capture from -6 to +6 Explorer composition. So you are able to now lock the ISO to 100 and shoot 96 megapixel in burst shooting in Auto Explorer bracket and the very best imaging quality. With 7 shot in bracket, you are able to manipulate, stack, and merge on desktop to generate 16-bit flow HDR-DNG format, which is the ideal format for professional HDRI or professional virtual tour photographers. The second camera that could capture HDR-DNG. The first one is actually the THETA Z1, and QooCam 3 Ultra come in the second, but QooCam 3 Ultra capture 96 megapixels. It have a lot more pixels to play around compared to the THETA Z1, so it's a very promising camera for virtual tour photographers and for the visual effects industry, like generating HDRI for the industry. I just can't wait to share with you everything that I have learned from this update. I deliver the very best feature tutorial or the technical explanation for you guys. So now let's get started, and let's start with the QooCam 3 app. The QooCam 3 Ultra with the latest firmware also support external drive via Type-C. AKA now you can insert a SSD into the QooCam 3 Ultra and record externally to that SD drive, and use the fast read and write speed for the SSD to boost your workflow on desktop or your mobile. If you are familiar with the QooCam 3 Ultra, you should notice that the Type-C port on side support the maximum speed at the standard of the USB 2.3, a maximum the 10 gigabit per second. It goes way beyond the maximum speed for a wide range of SSD or the flash drive. For the maximum bit rate for the QooCam 3 Ultra to capture in 8K, you are able to record in around 250 megabit per second, so the bandwidth will not be a problem. So as long as your external drive support the full speed USB 3.0, it's a piece of cake to record externally in the maximum bitrate. And for me, I'm gonna use a U disk that support Type-C to show you the quick demo because it's a low-cost external storage and the transfer speed is also fast and responsive and is less power consuming compared with SSD. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you with my USB disk that support USB 3.0 at full speed. And later, I'm gonna insert this UDIX to my phone to edit on the go. Okay, now let me give you a quick demo on the latest QooCam 3 app, version 2.4.0. And here is a JJC high-speed SD card reader that support SD card 4.0 as well as UHS-2 standard microSD card. This is actually the 64GB memory card I have inserted into my QooCam 3 Ultra. I mean, the readout speed for this micro SD cards exceeds the number of 200 megabytes per second. I mean, the QooCam 3 app, there's a discovered true color gallery. There's some of the gallery footage have been captured by me. Just remember to check it out. More importantly, in the album section, well, on the top in the tab called app, now you can see a new tab called Browse. Tab Browse, you can connect the fisheye photo video taken by QooCam 3 and QooCam 3 Ultra, which indicates that for QooCam 3 and 3 Ultra, the external quick reader for your phone is now free of charge. You can use your existing device directly connect into your phone and start edit on the go while still connecting your internet with your Wi-Fi and consume less power. It's less power consuming and is free of charge actually. This is a follow step. You can figure it out by yourself, and you can also watch my tutorial video in this one. And here you can choose different the footage. Choose a folder called SD card. It's a root folder. Use this folder and click allow. Now the QooCam 3 app recognize import all the footage. Did you see that? Now you are able to access the footage being captured in the root folder for this. A new tab has been added. Well, here you can play back 8K video on the go, You can play back 8 video in my Android phone. And you can also turn on HDR effect or not. And you can use the linear shot or you can change perspectives 180 VR or the white. Well, you can directly share, tap like, and check the information for this footage. And yes, for 360 shot, you're also able to take a look at the 360 shot like this. Just take a look. And you can pause for more perspective and change different orientations. 360 shot or that. And you can further edit the panel or edit as a flat video. And yes, such as flat video, you can add some keyframes, export as a footage. Or you can change the filter, you can add speed, you can add audio, change aspect ratio, and reset. More importantly, you can customize this footage. You can add stabilization, add lens protector, color correction, and add native logo on the go. If you add a panel, you can play around with the footage. Well, everything happens in real time considering this SD card reader just read and write really fast. It's more responsive and less power consuming compared to wireless connection to your camera. This is how it works. I do hope you can learn something from this demonstration, and remember the latest app is actually 2.4.0. And one more feature for the latest update for the app is that you can now add the motion delay or the smart clip effect to your QooCam 3 Ultra footage. I even use Insta360 app to edit the staged video out from the QooCam Studio. But I think it works better than that of the smart clip. Anyway, the smart clip provides you with more possibilities by post-processing on the high-quality footage. Well, the ability to insert and read and write from the external hard drive just makes the QooCam Studio Ultra a lot better and a lot more user-friendly. Just want to give a shout out for the Kendall engineer for deliver this feature free of charge for us. Okay, next up, I'd like to give you a quick tour guide on the QooCam Studio Ultra on the basis focusing on the latest auto explorer bracket shooting mode. I'm so excited about this shooting mode and also some precautions for you guys in some technical detail to guarantee that you are able to capture the best possible imaging quality. Scroll all the way to the right, you are able to get the auto explorer bracket mode. And now you have two different options, so 96 megapixels or 24 megapixels. So if you are shooting in 96 or 24 megapixels without dynamic range boost, you are literally capture this image in 10-bit color, in 10-bit depth. And next up, you are able to choose from a different auto explorer bracket number. Now they are, this time the maximum number you get is 7 shot in bracket, and the explorer space is you can choose from 0.3, 0.7, 1.0, 1.3, 1.7, or the 2.0. All the way you get different options, so the maximum dynamic range you're able to capture with auto explorer bracket is 2.0 at 7 shot in bracket, so you get minus 6 EV to plus 6 EV. I normally leave it as 1.3 at 7 shots, so literally I get plus minus 4 EV. It's pretty good enough, and with less EV value, you are able to merge in HDR with better effects, with less deghosting or the color noise. Next up, that shooting, now you'll be locked to shooting in raw DNG file. You're not able to capture in JPEG because generating the shooting in raw, which guarantee that you get the best possible quality. This is the interface. Well, next up for the Explorer settings, now you got full manual Explorer as well as semi-auto Explorer, as I have mentioned in my previous QooCam 3 videos. First, you are able to shot in auto. Well, in auto settings, you have you can choose different EV values. So the EV value works on the basement for the auto Explorer shooting sequence. The EV0 image, you can shift the Explorer value for this shot, and on the basis of this base image, you are able to bracket up and down with the EV space step as well as the bracket numbers. The maximum shutter speed you can lock, or you just leave it auto. And in auto Explorer, you can also choose the white balance or set to auto as well. This is gonna get the EV settings, the shutter speed maximum value, or the white balance. 3 different options for auto settings. For manual mode, this is what I love about this update, because you are now able to lock the ISO to 100, that you get the best possible quality guaranteed on the ISO 100. And this is my preferred settings, ISO 100 for the manual Explorer. I love to set to auto. Auto Explorer with ISO 100, Explorer value to 0, and also you can select the maximum shutter speed. I also leave it at auto, or just leave it as 50 seconds to extend the maximum Explorer time. Guarantee that with the lowest possible ISO and the relatively longer shutter speed to capture noise-free image in different Explorer, and with the lowest noise level to stack and merge in post-production. And this Explorer is a white balance. I would love to set to a specific value, because during the Explorer bracket, the camera tend to use auto Explorer, so you get different colors on different raw DNG files. Maximum shutter speed set to the longest 15 seconds. ISO EV space, it depends on your shooting scenario. and the ISO always select the lowest possible value to 100, and select the shutter speed as auto. This is gonna get when you have this. And always you can turn on this in the clipping warning. I mean, with clipping warning, you are able to notice the areas that are overexposed or totally underexposed. So with underexposed, display as blue color. With overexposed, display as red color. Well, I mean, with the underexposed bracket, you can bring back every detail from the darkest side to the brightest. So this is the possibilities you get from this auto explorer sessions. The QooCam 3 Ultra is the first 360 camera support dynamic range boost that take the full advantage of the quad-based sensor. There was different explorer sessions in the subpixels that generate raw DNG in 14-bit color depths. If you turn on DR boost, you're still able to capture in auto explorer bracket, and only in 24 megapixel you are able to capture up to 7 shots in 14-bit depths. If you turn to the shooting number 24 megapixel, you have a DR indication icon on the top, indicates that when you're shooting in the 24 megapixel, you're able to capture in dynamic range boost at 14-bit depths. This time, things got a little bit tricky. Lowest number for the ISO is locked to 6. I mean, let me give you some technical explain for these weird numbers. For the lowest ISO in the conventional shooting mode, the lowest ISO should be ISO. I mean, the different subpixel capture light in the different time. To give you a brief equivalent light session, I mean, the ISO 100 will be divided by 16 because one of the subpixel will capture a number in minus 4.0 EV, and the medium and the equivalent ISO for that subpixel is actually the ISO 100 divided by 16 is around 6. So to capture ISO 6, that it is a little bit nerdy number actually. So you get to know that with DR boost, you always shoot at ISO 6, and I prefer that let's just get rid of those weird calculation. Just watch the image on the basis of the live preview, and just assist with the clipping warning, and you are able to capture the best possible result with DR boost 14-bit depths at maximum 7 shot in the bracket sequence. To just forget about those nerdy numbers, I just follow the live preview, this clipping indication warning, and you are good to go. It's a little bit nerdy, just like most of the Canon engineers, including their CEO. But nerdy guys do nerdy things, right?
Okay, now I'm gonna show you the real-world virtual tour shooting example with the QooCam 3 Ultra and the latest Auto Explorer bracket shooting mode. Well, this is a beautiful bedroom in a hotel near my house, and I have intentionally put on the curtain because it's so bright outside. Well, for the interior shot, I have opened up all the available light in the bedroom to make it look vivid and beautiful. But more importantly, for this decoration light, I would also love to take it out because this small light, can add some beautiful style, the light for the environment. Take a look. So far, so good. The living room itself is not that large. A large TV set, it's a great reflection. So just precautions that don't capture yourself or your camera inside the mirror, just like that, where you have the reflection of the. Okay, and one more tip for you guys when shooting interior shot with QooCam 3 Ultra is the arrangement for the stitching line. Just take a look at from the top to bottom. It is an offset optical structure. So the front rear lenses, they don't align with each other. They have an opposite distance. Just draw a line in between the front and rear lenses. Just draw a line like this. This is the truly optical axis, the equivalent optical axis from front and back lenses. So we do have come across with some complex texture, like the texture on the wall, or some texture like the air conditioner on the ceilings. Well, remember to align the camera in this orientation to just guarantee this axis align with the complex texture in your shooting style. This is one more bonus tip for the offset optical structure. And this is an interesting result that's been found by the amazing photographer and the developer Yuji Hirota. Next up, let's take a look at our basic settings for this interior shot. Okay, first I will power on the camera, the latest QooCam 3 Ultra welcome screen, and I will try to show you how to capture the stunning shot without a QooCam 3 app, just with the camera itself, because the interface at this moment is powerful enough. The first time you put on the QooCam 3 Ultra, it's going to be quite slow, but when you put the camera for the second time after a short while, it's going to be lightning fast. Let's go to the Auto Explorer setting mode. First, I will try to capture in 96 megapixel, the AEB setting to 7, and in this shot, plus minus 1.3, because I would end up with plus minus 3.9, almost a 4.0 EV in the whole bracket, and capture in RAW. In this mode, in manual shooting, ISO 100, maximum, the white balance, just make a minor adjustment because it's a warm tone for the interior shot. It's not that bright, so I literally going to level up the EV value to 1.0, and just give us a clip warning. And yes, you end up with the darkest side is the TV set, and the brightest area is actually the blown out windows outside. Okay, so far so good. Next up, I'd like to take maybe 10-second exposure, because I press the shutter button, you can see the camera tend to shake for a little bit. Just be careful about the reflections in the mirror. So put the camera just near this mirror. So when your viewer watching your shot, it looks like they are looking at the mirror, but they don't find any reflections for the camera. And yes, just be careful about that mirror. So there are two bottled waters, and I have intentionally put my camera at the eye level, so they are locating at exactly the same height. So the camera gonna be height.
Okay, next up, let's deep dive into the exciting light demo section to show you the real power for the Auto Explorer bracket once you apply my ingredients into your pipeline. To guarantee you get the maximum performance for the Auto Explorer bracket, I'd like to show you my desktop ultimate workflow. And I'm going to show you how to generate HDR-DNG and how to perform basic color grading on the basis of that 16-bit float raw DNG files and stitch seamlessly within QooCam Studio. Just can't wait to share with you these features. Let's move on. Sample photo being captured with the Auto Explorer bracket with QooCam 3 Ultra. I mean, if you insert this DNG sequences directly into the QooCam Studio, I mean, you need to stitch in raw DNG and export, then color grading on the basis of that high quality DNG file afterwards. So it's not what you see is what you get, because it's still blown out, and it's a little bit more complicated. And the QooCam Studio software is not professional software to perform HDR stack and merge and synthesizing. So
I will show you my ultimate workflow to synthesizing the color grading HDR photo before importing into the studio, and use the QooCam Studio as a free stitcher and further customize the settings. You finally achieve what you see is what you get, and it's high quality, is more flexible. Okay, here just take a look at what have been captured with the QooCam 3 Ultra, the DNG sequences with auto exporter bracket. Let's take a look. Altogether 7 shot in RAW and 1 JPEG. So I want to arrange this thumbnail into column rows, 8 shot, so you can align all these exporters. So this is capture number 1, and here you can see more of the shooting information, the 10-bit depths, with ISO 100 and EV plus 1, 96 megapixels. Actually, with a single shot, great detail overall, and yes, it's actually overexposed. Let's take a look. Actually, on the basis of this image, you can bring back the detail on the bed, but you just cannot bring back the detail from blown out highlight. This is where you probably need to change, you need to use the HDR synthesizing. And this is a JPEG file. Actually, this blown out area. Let's take a rough look at this shot. This is what we get with this QooCam 3 Ultra. The beautifully shot, unstitched photo. Take a look. Just beautiful shot, and this is the photo being captured with this one being captured with 24 megapixel, and this one being captured with, this is the behind the scenes shot. If you set auto, you can barely burn back the detail in the blown out area. Just the color looks vibrant. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to stack and merge directly inside Adobe Camera Raw. I mean, take this one for example. Multi-select this shot, deselect the JPEG, open Camera Raw, or directly stack. I'll stack HDR. I mean, in the Camera Raw, multi-select. You can merge to HDR. You can merge to HDR. Well, on the basis of the 7 shot in bracket, the Adobe Camera Raw gonna synthesize these shots and stack and merge into 16-bit float HDR-DNG shot. And here are some bonus tips. Just don't align this image, and don't click on deghosting. Well, you are good to go. Don't click on this, and don't use deghosting. You can apply all the settings for all the information from out and from inside, and hit on merge. After a little while, you are going to get a brand new RAW file on the basis of this high quality 10-bit 96 megapixel RAW file being captured with the QooCam 3 Ultra. This is pretty insane. Here's a new image with an HDR suffix. Just take a look. Now, this RAW file has 16-bit depths in bit float. And here's some magic happens. Hit on auto. You can bring back all the highlighting, and you can take on shadows. It's actually a 16-bit float, so all the content is going to be generated with noise free. Just take a look. I didn't perform any post-production, and you can see it's noise free. You can bring back whatever detail you want. You can bring back more. Okay, after trials and errors, well, now these are the HDR-DNG file being synthesizing directly in the Adobe Camera Raw, I have listed in the specific folder to show you how easy it is to actually manipulate on this shot. All this shot being captured with 16-bit flow HDR-DNG format. Here is some basic operations. First, click on Auto. Well, Auto gonna do the job for you almost 90%. Select a specific temperature and add a little bit more texture. Well, add sharpening default value to 0 because I don't want to be over sharpened. Add a little bit contrast. So far so good. We have recover all the details. Yes, it's almost done for us. And take a look, it's noise free. And watch out, I am hiding in the washroom. Here I am captured from the reflection. So be careful about such great detail if your camera can capture in such high resolution. You must hide the photographers in every respect. This blown out highlight has been recovered. If you want to do more, you can recover whatever you want actually. There's a great balance from the highlight, the shadows. Yes, and multi-select, synchronize all these images. I think this one need to add, yes, it's way too dark because I have changed the AEB values. But since being captured with HDR-DNG format, everything being captured with noise free. You don't see any noise. The quality is just stunning. Everything captured with razor sharp. It looks a little bit too warm to lower down the temperature a little bit. Yes, and synchronize these images. This one I have change the EV value. So click on Auto once again, and you are good to go. This one, click Auto. This one, can click Auto. I mean, all those settings are gonna give you a great impression and manipulation overall. This one, as you can see, we have covered all the detail from the highlight and shadows. If you still want to capture more detail from the highlight, you can add a mask. Masking the sky or the brush. You can add the brush. Okay. Well, you can lower down the exposure furthermore to bring back more details, right? It's just that simple. Add the exposure, yes, and yes. Just wow. There's unwanted some color noise, the high frequency. Yes, this one can take it out. I mean, this is a quite challenge situation. Stacking merge like this, you can still bring back all the details. Bring more highlight, add masking, add brush. Yes, actually, it's done. Further recovered highlight from the outside. This is how it works. Just so simple. And yes, this is a behind-the-scenes shot. Just take a look at the detail from interior shot, the exterior shot. Bring back the highlight. Lower down exposure. It's great. And yes. Okay, I've added all this tip file to the Studio software, and the Studio now works as a free stitcher. I don't have to do any further customization because the result looks pretty awesome. Just to change the stitching enhancement to dynamic range stitch because it works best for photos and synchronize. Looks pretty awesome, right? So I will directly export as original resolution to a specific directory. Yes. Here is a HDR export. And open and OK and done. Just look how easy and fast it is. Because stack and merge and OB camera raw utilize the hardware acceleration, so the stacking speed just works lightning fast. Well, I'm now shooting this photo near the windows. It's very bright outside. I think after finish all these shootings, this is actually another great spot to test out the dynamic range boost on video. Let us give an extra test on the video before and after dynamic range boost in 8K 30 FPS. And you do see a lot of great detail up in the cloud. But at the same time, take a look. I'm actually recording the video near the windows. Very, very dark, actually very dark for the interior shot. It's a great. Okay, I'm now shooting with QooCam 8K at 8K 30 FPS without dynamic range boost. I've intentionally set ISO to 100, EV to 0, and the shutter speed at this time is around 1/1000 second. And I set white balance to 5600K. You might probably notice a great overall detail for the highlight, but for the dark shadow areas for the interior shot, it's dark, a lack of detail and color. Now let's give a test for the DR boost. I'm now actually shooting the same spot with DR boost at 8K 30 FPS. I think it probably has a better result compared to the previous video section, because the ISO is set to 6, the shutter speed will be lowered down to 1/16 second. I have also used the same white balance, EV set to 0. Unfortunately, I don't have a current light preview on the screen. I do hope in the future they can add this feature, but in such great contrasty scenario, capturing DR boost will be a great option for high quality 8K 30 shot. And it works also on 5.7K 30 and 4K 30 as well. Unfortunately, when you go level up the frame rate to 50 or 60, you don't have that dynamic range boost. And last but not least, just want to show you my behind the scenes equipment with Bushman panoramic, large tripod, matte black finish counterweight, and the Bushman monopod. So it's large, it's tall enough to hold up against the QooCam 3 Ultra, because this camera is quite heavy. So I have to put this whole setup on the very reliable solution, at the same time compact and easy to carry. So from this perspective, I think that the Bushman solution is one of the best choice on the market at the moment.
I do hope you can learn something from this video and get your hands on the QooCam 3 Ultra and master this ultimate killer feature as quickly as possible. The QooCam 3 Ultra really is a monster camera. I'm so excited that Canon engineer listen to the customers, finalize their camera that make it more appealing to professional users as well as amateur users. Yes, these two features are definitely two new killer features in my perspective, and I wish that Canon could do better in the future. And these two new features are definitely two great killer features for this camera. especially for those who presume for the ultimate indoor virtual tour quality at a precisely or large amount of pixels. I've been so excited about this feature, and this is what I have learned from these two new updates. And I do hope you can learn something from this video and get to know more about QooCam Studio Ultra. Actually, in the future, we're gonna continue our topic on QooCam Studio Ultra to deliver more feature introduction or the techy, nerdy stuff behind the scenes. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Well, nerdy channel, nerdy people do nerdy things, right? Talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye.